Fundamental as anything. Roll up. Lend me your ears, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to start off after this break with the most amazing track-by-track interview ever done. I'm going to talk about the new Metal as Anything album, Fundamental as Anything. I am Greedy Smith, and you are listening to the radio. Fundamental as anything. Hi there, this is Greedy Smith from Metal as Anything here, and I'm going to tell you the full story behind our new Fundamental as Anything record in just a minute. So we'll be right back. So get yourself a cup of tea and sit right down and listen to a few good lies. Fundamental as anything. Fundamental as anything. Hello, good evening and welcome. I am Greedy Smith from Metal as Anything, and you're in for a real treat tonight because I'm going to go through and talk about every single last little itty-bitty song in our new Fundamental as Anything album. It's bright red, and so will you be after I finish talking to you.
Thanks for joining us, Greedy. We're going to talk about the new Mentals album, Fundamental. The first track, Side 1, is the first single from the album, You're So Strong, which is one of your songs, isn't it? Can you tell us about it?
Well, it's basically a utopian wish. It's a song about this fictitious girl. I hope somewhere in my heart of hearts that she actually exists. It's about having a girl who's really quite frightening to other people, and can walk down the street with you and sort of make sure that nobody gives you a hard time, and at parties and stuff like that, and so that nobody picks on you. She looks after you like that. But in private, behind closed doors, as Charlie Rich would say, she doesn't know her own strength. I mean, it's slightly risque. It's the first slightly naughty song I've ever written. I'm quite proud of it, really. It's a wonderful sentiment, and it's a phrase that I've noticed since the singles come out that everybody sort of uses all the time. They can't help but use it. It's just something that you can't help but say all the time. You're so strong. Well, this is Greedy Smith here from Metal as Anything, and we've just started on a mammoth track-by-track rundown on our beautiful red-coloured album, sensibly called Fundamental as Anything. So keep your ears glued to the speakers.
Okay, Greedy, track 2 on Fundamental is a Martin Plaza composition. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Martin listens to a lot of that kind of funk music, particularly Australian bands like In Excess and The Models, and he's very keen. He's always had a bit of a bend that way, but he's moving away from this Beatles influence to a more black influence, I think. And one song that is really a big departure for us is Big Wheel.
I believe you have this long-form video called Monumental as Anything coming out. Video has always been a strong point with the band, hasn't it?
Over the years, we've got quite a reputation for our videos. We've had some very unusual people working on them. Because we all went to art school together, we happen to know a few people who are interested in the visual side of things, and one of them is chap John Hughes, who worked on the Let's Cook film clip that was very popular in America. He's an artist too, and he recently did the You're So Strong clip, and it's quite a clever chappy. But they're usually very busy clips. The Beat Sharp people are experts at making really busy clips with thousands of images in them, everything from papier mache blue healers to sort of paintings of service stations and just all sorts of odd things. Santa wiping shaving cream off his face. I mean, we're pretty sick when it comes to videos, I think, all in all. So we thought it was about time we actually put them all together in some kind of a palatable form. So rather than just have a collection of clips, we had a story that followed on a bit from the story in the Apocalypso clip, which involved God and the devil. And so the story of the Monumental Home video is who wins, God or the devil? And God narrates the whole video, which I think is pretty good. You couldn't get a better narrator than God. He gets a pretty good overview of things. And so it's quite an interesting thing. It's got lots of extra animation in it. It's introduced by Dixie Watley from Entertainment Tonight, and it features Chad Morgan, one of the most famous Australians, actually Australia's answer to Bruce Springsteen. And it features jumbo jets, animals, pieces of plastic, garden refuse, a lot of tinfoil. It's generally an extravaganza, and it's got some new clips too, including the new one for Live It Up, which is a bit different to the usual Mentals clip in that it's a bit more straightforward in some ways. It's you actually get to see what the band looks like, and we've all got neat clothes on, and we're standing there playing, which is well, I mean, for other bands, it's basically what you do when you do a film clip, but for us, it's a departure. So it's great. Now, but when I wrote this song, I thought about, oh, gee, it sounds like it could be a single. And the one thing I thought about is I thought, gee, if you do a video, I just got to get a bloodhound in there somewhere. And I wanted to dance with a bloodhound, and so it was really exciting making a film where I actually had to dance with a bloodhound in a $300 rented suit. So, and not knowing whether the dog was going to slobber over me or rip the suit to shreds. It's a great moment in my professional career. Well, that's how I live it up.
Alright, Greedy, can you tell us about the song Surfin' Mullen Sex and Fun, written by the band's bass player Peter O'Doherty?
Well, this is a song that has been a constant source of embarrassment to me, in that I know people. My brother is a keen surfer, and he knows people who surf, and it's just, I thought at first that it was Peter taking the mickey out of the surfing community, but basically it's a celebration of surf culture, the language, and what surfers do. It's pretty self-explanatory: surf and mull and sex and fun. Well, fundamentally speaking, that's half a red record. Well, fundamental as anything record, and we'll be back in a few minutes, where I've got a date with a girl called Destiny. Well, we're going to have a beautiful commercial now. I'd appreciate it if you come back and listen to our track by track as soon as you've got your cup of tea, but that'll be in 30 seconds' time, so be there. Fundamentally speaking, this is Greedy Smith from Mental as Anything, obviously, and I'm obviously talking about our new album. So please listen and pay attention. Hi, this is Greedy Smith, fundamentally speaking, and I'm talking about a new album, Fundamental as Anything, on your radio, which you're obviously listening to, otherwise you couldn't hear me now.